All right, guys, on today's episode of I Got a Guy for That, I want to introduce you to Anthony Bua, the owner of Shutter House Imaging. Today, you're going to learn all the ins and outs of real estate photography. So stay tuned and check this out.
I got a guy for that.
Yep.
All right, man. So what we got in the bag here? What is all this?
It's all my goodies, man. All my goodies. Camera, Matterport, 3D, virtual tours, my video screen, different lenses, chargers, and my best thing here is my tripod.
Nice. It's big, man. It looks heavy.
Yes, it is. And the most important part of this bad boy right here is this. It's a gear head. Makes all your verticals and your horizontal lines in your photos perfect.
Really?
Absolutely, man.
Okay, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one of those like $25 tripods from Target. You know.
Well, any tripod will work,
Okay.
but you need that, especially for real estate moments.
So you could buy that thing separate and throw it onto even a cheap tripod?
Yeah, my tripod here was maybe 70 bucks, and this was probably 300.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you can move them very fast, or if you needed to go in increments,
Oh, nice.
up and down,
I like that.
side to side, so everything gets snapped on.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
sweet.
Yeah, man. So works good. Works good. These are all my quick connects. I can go from one camera to the next, or put a video camera on here if you need.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Andy, let's talk through this a little bit, man. First of all, that is a big old monitor you got on top of that thing.
Yes.
So what's up with that?
What's going to happen is once I plug it all in together, it's going to pick up everything that my camera's seeing. Gives me a bigger view, so I don't have to look at this little 3-inch, 3.5 inch. Gives me more of a 5-inch.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's what we do. Right now I'm just setting the camera settings. Trying to get where we use auto bracketed photos. Those are the 3 photos that we take. And we can adjust it, and it actually adjusts the light. Our shutter and our f-stop is f9, and our shutter speed will be room by room pretty much.
So what does that mean when you say shutter speed?
The amount of light that comes in when the photo is taken. So like I was saying before, with this gear head, you want to keep your verticals. You'll see a grid on the camera. I don't know if your camera will pick that up. So when you adjust it, what I do is I kind of keep up with that line right here, aligned with that cabinet, so I'll know if I'm off or not. So I want to keep it straight to where it's level.
It's cool.
Yeah, and it'll give it a great shot. Like this little bench here, this little stool's got to go. We got to move that.
Okay.
We're gonna move that somewhere else around the house for now.
Awesome.
You know, those little things will, and also.
Well, the house is vacant, so any of this stuff we can move. You know, it doesn't have to be.
I kind of, I come in. I know homeowners see things that I see different than what homeowners see. Like we had one here, one off here. We gotta match it. I'm like that,
Listen,
so.
not everybody has that kind of an eye, so that might come natural to you, but you'd be surprised how few people actually see it that way. That's awesome.
So with the 3 photos, when I click it, I have it on a 2-second timer, so you don't get any shake.
Okay.
And you'll hear 3 clicks. Okay, so that's your 3 exposures. So you come look, you'll see overexposed, underexposed, and normal. Those 3 shots will bring in everything.
Cool. Now let me ask you a silly question.
Mm-hmm.
We got the candle on the stove top.
Right.
Do we want that or do we not want that? Now I'll tell you, I've seen it both ways. So I've seen kitchens.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Less is more.
So do we want to keep the farm shop and the potatoes, onions, and garlic jars and the candle?
When we do a shoot, I always tell the realtor, the homeowner, best rule of thumb is anything that is furniture and decor can stay. Everything else declutter. Like toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoos, they should all disappear.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Candle would make a difference, but I think we could take one without it. We can take them without it.
Sure.
We can find a hiding spot.
Do not do this at home, kids. Do not put hot candles in your candle.
No, it's not
I'm
lit.
just kidding.
It is not lit.
I'm just joking around.
Not lit. And what I'll do is I'll take it again. See if we can get another shot. There we go. So what we'll do is we're going to take a few shots of the kitchen because we know this is going to be. Let's see here. Sorry, I move around a lot.
No, that's okay. Listen, you're the expert, man. I'm just here to learn.
We like to try not to, because there's a wall here. We cut the wall off, so in the photo, so you don't see so much like that. We'll kind of keep it at the edge of the refrigerator. Show them that there's a patio door here. Yeah,
So, Ant, let me ask you. So the lighting in here.
Yep.
You see how it's kind of got like those shadows on the ceiling from the fan?
Yes.
So is that a problem? Is that something that
No.
would be fixed in edit? Is that something that I'm overthinking it? Talk to me.
No, as long as the fan is not moving, all the photos line up perfectly, and those shadows are fine. You don't need to edit that out.
Okay.
Because you want to see lighting and how it's going to reflect, especially a natural light coming through the window, how it hits the floors and things like that. So it won't really be a big deal. As long as it fan's not moving, and then you're going to see all kinds of stuff. That's not good.
Gotcha.
We'll do a shot from their main front door.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. This is what people get to see when they first walk in.
Yep.
I know I like to entertain, so I want the first thing people see when they walk in the house to be the kitchen.
And what's a good part about the editor is that sometimes he finds things. It's kind of like we cross check each other. Something might be a little bit off, he'll fix it in post editing.
So he can clean up some stuff.
Yes.
I like that. That's good.
If you ever decide you want anything like you want the clutter taken out, they can do that as well. If there's a room full of stuff and you don't want to see it in a photo, we can take it out of the photo in editing as well. If you want to add furniture, we can do that as well.
Well, it's interesting. So actually, I have a couple of questions about that because you just brought up, I'll come from behind you. So you brought up a couple of things that are, I think, really helpful for people to know in some unique situations, right? So in real estate, we deal with a lot of sad probate type situations, so mom or dad passes away, the kids are left to deal with the sale of the home.
Right.
And they're living their lives, they're handling their families, they may not have the time or the resources to come and clean everything up, right? And declutter and give it a nice deep clean and fresh paint, Right. So to be able to not slow down the process of getting the home listed and have a photographer that can edit some of that stuff out, and clean it up, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
On the flip side of that, and one of the things
Sorry,
that...
can you just move behind me a little bit?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm listening to you.
No, don't apologize.
I'm seeing your shadow on the wall. Right
Look at that. Look at that. I'm casting shadows over here. Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm getting in trouble with the boss.
No.
No,
I want them to come out good for you, man.
No, listen, I told you. You tell me what to do. You're in charge here, man. I'm just tagging along.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. So, interestingly enough, this house, as you can all see, is vacant, right? They've already moved on with their stuff to their next home. And believe it or not, most people are not able to be visually creative when it comes to fitting either their furniture or where a layout would be. And that's where, you said you could add stuff. I think they call that, is that virtual staging?
Virtual staging, yes, sir.
Yeah, so what would be some of the added benefits you think to virtual staging?
It gives the buyer a way to see what it could look like. It's a lot, when it's empty, it's like, oh man, I don't know if we could fit our things in there. And when you do virtual staging and you're giving it a nice modern look, because the house is updated. You want to give it some nice furniture if it doesn't have it. They could see, they could visualize what their things can look like in here.
That's cool.
And it moves the sale a little bit faster, especially if they love the house. That may answer questions.
Well, if you don't mind my asking, sounds expensive.
Oh, it's $1 million.
Well, I guess we're not going to be doing any virtual staging.
No. Virtual staging per room on my site is $35.
Really? That's it?
That's it. Yep.
Pretty good price.
Yes. It's not bad.
All right.
Now,
bad. Is that something that can be added after the fact?
Yes.
Right?
You got to tell me which rooms you want, and I just tell my editor what they want, what you want, and what kind of furniture, and
cool.
He adds it.
Awesome.
Yeah. You want that open? Totally open, right? Shower?
Well, you tell me. I'm not sure.
I like the tile on the wall.
You like showing the tile?
I like the shower, and the shower head and everything matches with the mirrors and everything. It looks good.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience, a lot of people actually will cheap out on the tile. They'll kind of go 3/4 the way up and then put a nice little cap, and then you have exposed drywall. I like to see when someone goes tile all the way to the ceiling that they went the extra mile.
Yes. Looks good.
Yeah, they did a good job. Oh, but you know what? You said natural light's important, right? So
yes.
I'm going to open these blinds up in here so we can get all that natural, beautiful light. And I can't believe the different color it shows on the walls when you open these up. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Nice built-in closet.
And you're right, like you said about the lighting and LED lighting, it could change from room to room, but the way these are blended and the way the editor tries to keep them consistent, and if it's a problem, he may adjust the color just a little bit to match the other rooms. Not so much where, oh man, you can't trust what the photos look like, because I always tell my editors, don't go overboard, let's just keep it the way it is. But let's enhance it, make sure there's no blur, there's no nothing. I have to wait for that same thing. Yeah, so let's shoot this one.
Well, it's funny you say that. Is the photos, if they're edited so perfect, can actually be deceiving to a buyer.
Yes.
To where the realtor maybe doesn't look like he's completely honest.
Right.
And
I know with MLS, there's certain rules and guidelines you have to follow. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, you have to be transparent, and on top of that, I'm with the National Association of Realtors, so we have a code of ethics that we have to abide by. But above and beyond that code of ethics, as you know, and we've talked about, the Living in Orlando, Florida team, I hold our realtors to an even higher standard than that. We take integrity and transparency to the highest level. And so as much as we love to see the skills in editing, we want to make sure people are coming to the actual house they saw in the photos.
Absolutely. Hey, when I was searching for a house, first thing I went to was photos. You always want to see those photos. You want to see virtual tours. You know, that's the first thing I do.
Well, actually, let's talk about virtual tours for a second, because I know something that I like to do on every one of my listings is get the Matterport 3D tour.
Yes.
And I've heard that, statistically speaking, you do get a much better chance of selling at your full asking price when you include a full 3D tour. So I was wondering, you're the expert, man. Maybe you can kind of give me some insight into what that added benefit is. I mean, I always do it anyway.
If you have clients that are not local, that's the best way to show the flow of your home. Pictures can show it. Some realtors put them in different order, and then you're thinking this room is here and that room is there. Virtual tour is the way to go. That's going to keep you on track and showing where everything is from the front door to the back door. Listen, this is a pretty shot.
So a nice thing about this room, this is a true Florida room. You see a lot of those now bird cages with the screen.
Yes.
And those are really popular. But what's more expensive is a true Florida room. You can air condition this room. All right, so today we are in Claremont. What are the areas here in Florida you serve? Because
we serve all of Lake County.
All of Lake County, okay.
All of Lake County and surrounding. We go down to Kissimmee or Kissimmee.
Okay.
All of Orlando.
All of Orlando?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's a silly question for you. How about the villages?
Villages? Absolutely.
So I know parts of the villages are Lake County. Parts of it are Sumter. The villages is just huge and growing like crazy.
Yeah, we do villages.
It's insane.
We just shot one there in the villages.
All right. Let's see what Ant's doing over here. Oh, I like it. I like it. A little side angle to highlight the porch.
Yeah.
Right? Gotta love that front porch sitting.
I just wait for the cars to stop. It's a great shot. Great shot.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. That's pretty. Hey, if you want to, you could even screen this whole thing in and have a true, screened in front porch. You know? Lake Louise is around the corner from here. Hey, another great thing about this property, even though you don't have private lake access from your backyard, you make your first right out of here and your second right over there, and you've got the public boat launch right there into Lake Louise.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Backyard?
Yeah, might as well.
Show me the backyard, man.
Sure, let's go check out the backyard.
All right.
So, right back there, where they hit right there, that's the well. Literally right into the aquifer. Crazy, right?
That's nice. It's a nice sized yard.
It is, right?
Yep.
Now, you could always put a pool back here, and you could add that bird cage screen too.
And this is on city water?
No, it's the aquifer well.
Oh, aquifer, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have a water bill.
That's great.
Which, that's a beautiful thing.
That's a plus. Let's see.
Yeah, nice little location.
Do we want it in like that? Or do you want a full view?
Whatever. I trust your judgment.
It's a nice yard.
What you can see from here too is, see the metal roof goes completely?
Yes.
Over that part too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
something that they did too. That was important. Because initially that was, a regular, the flat Florida room roofs. And so he literally created the joists to create the angle to give that the metal roof so water would run off. Is this good?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
Perfect, perfect.
Little shed over here, nice little storage shed. A lot of good stuff in here, actually. Yeah, those extra pavers match those. So their original plan was actually to extend the pavers all around that whole area and then screen all that in for entertaining. Yep.
Okay, I got that, and I got the AC unit, unless you don't want the AC unit in there.
That's fine. Looks good, brother.
All right.
All right. So, first part, finito.
Yes.
All right. Now, for Matterport, what do you need me to do? Like, what do you need me to move around in there? Remember, there's some stuff we brought inside from the garage.
Right. Matterport, yeah, we got to get all that stuff out.
Okay.
Put it back in the garage. Unless something, the only thing with Matterport is this.
Yeah.
You could take a 360 photo and add it. So like if they go from inside to the garage, it will only show a photo. Because to come back in, we could try it, see if it works. I'll take 2 shots.
Okay.
And then it should be able to come back in. Outside here, you could take a 360 photo or just utilize these photos on your drone and for the visual of it.
Yeah, I trust you. I mean, the big thing about Matterport, to me, you tell me, is the flow.
Yes.
So people can know the flow of how the rooms go. And then the reason I like Matterport over the Zillow 3D is the Matterport, you could get measurements. So I could pinpoint a place in a room to another point, and I can go, great, I know my furniture could fit there.
Right.
Right? So that's the reason why I prefer Matterport over Zillow 3D. Where do you want to start with the Matterport so
the flow of the home.
Flow of the home.
Front door, here, here, here.
Got it.
We'll walk it to this side of the home.
Okay.
And come back to the
So
right
if
side.
I put this stuff back in the garage, that's okay?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. So we're doing the virtual tour. Now, what were you just telling me?
When I take the virtual tour, it's going to do a 360
Okay.
total complete room.
Yeah.
When we take the shot, you have to completely leave the room.
Okay.
Because it's going to get you. They may see you in a mirror or somewhere, so we have to get away. I snap the photo on my phone, and you'll hear the click, and once it clicks, we can move to the next step.
So you're saying I don't got to go home, but
No.
I got to get out of here.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
All right, that's cool, man. So is there a button you click on here, or it's all on your phone?
It's all on the phone.
Oh, so we can leave the room before you can click it.
Yep.
All right, go in here. That's cool. Let it do its thing.
Okay, so I'm going to walk in there with you, too.
Awesome.
So we're going to play hide and seek.
We're going to play hide and seek in here?
Yep. And then we're going to click the photo. Right now it's scanning it. And the closer you are to the camera, it works the better, because you got to be on a network and Wi-Fi. And
Gotcha. Okay. I probably should have picked a different room. I'm feeling lonely in here.
Okay, we took the first shot.
Oh, that was fast. Really?
No, that's actually slow.
That's
Yes,
slow?
That's slow. So,
But that's just in a 360 of this whole area.
yes, from the front door all the way around. So now what it's going to do is going to start creating a dollhouse effect. Start building your dollhouse. So what you want to do is you want to move at least 3 to 5 feet,
Okay.
and you're going to do another one.
Interesting.
And we're going to do that all the way around the house.
Okay. Don't gotta tell me twice. So now,
It clicked already.
so it knows exactly where you just put it from where it was?
That's the first shot. That's the front door.
Right.
Now it's going to say, it's finished.
Okay.
It's going to add number 2.
But it has its own inner sense that it could tell.
Mm-hmm. You're moving it 3. You're going to move it the closer you keep it together, because some people try to do 5 to 10 feet. The further you do, it starts getting mixed up with where you're headed.
Got it.
You know,
Okay.
so like right now, that's gonna take all of this. Now it's gonna see this room. So now I'm gonna go the next one. I'm gonna go right in here, right this threshold. So
Gotcha.
it's gonna go from here to here, or you could have went from there to there on the computer. Now you have different ways to go.
Okay, cool.
So this is gonna go through the threshold.
All right.
And it only do that room, right? So we can hide behind this wall. And
It's gonna do that room and behind us.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Very nice. That's a nifty little device. I like it.
So we can continue this walk flow
Sure.
and then go back to the kitchen. And
I think that's good, because you walk in, you can hear the size of them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
So you
I
want
like
to you want to see the door.
Want to see the door? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave the bathroom door open?
Yep, everything
Leave it
open.
Because it can't see through.
Yep.
Can't see through walls. Huh? What good?
And we can always align afterwards and re-edit
Okay.
on the computer if we needed to move something or delete a scan. So sometimes you take too many scans and you don't need it, so you'll delete one.
Wow. I can't believe how fast that is. Though. That's cool. I can't believe you're saying that that's slow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
So now, what you can do is in the middle of
Go to the bathroom.
yep.
Oh no, it's on top. That's okay.
So that photo is going to start show in the middle of that. Those
Got it. All right. So I should get out of the way.
yeah, I'm going to get out of that way too.
Interesting. So it could see into. So it's doing a full 360. So it could see in here and here,
Yeah,
and it just figures it all out.
watch.
Nice.
So that's what it'll look like.
That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
So now we come out of here because that room is done. We're going to come over here
Okay.
and let's see. You want to always visualize your walk and your path and where these numbers are going to go and your alignments.
Gotcha. That's cool.
But it's pretty quick. As long as you got a good Wi-Fi network, you're pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
cool.
if your scan doesn't go, it'll tell you.
Well, what we'll do too is for the video, we'll go ahead and actually give them the link to this Matterport so they can see. That scan looks phenomenal. That looks so good.
I'm gonna have to cancel. There we go, like that.
That looks great. So pretty.
Gives it a better view.
So, Ant, listen, man, I appreciate you you doing this. Obviously, I know this is what you do, but usually you don't got a guy like me asking you a billion questions, I'm sure. So, but I do appreciate your patience, your attitude, your work ethic, your integrity, all of the above. Here's the deal, though. More people need to know you're the best kept secret over here in Central Florida. So,
He's a good guy.
I'm honest, man. I'm honest. So, important is how do these fine folks get in touch with you?
You can reach me direct, 352-989-0991, or if you want to look around on my site, it's shutterhouseimaging.com.
Shutterhouseimaging.com.
And,
All right.
yeah, right.
Sweet.
Would love to speak with you. Love to work with you and your brand. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Whatever I can answer, I'll help you out.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, this is the fully endorsed photographer for the Living in Orlando, Florida team. Everybody on our team uses them, and well, there's a reason for that. So I don't even have to mandate it. It's just we know what we're doing. All right. It's a wrap. Always a pleasure.